Now, coming to the case of Belgium, the ethnic composition of Belgium are given here. If you see, those Dutch people are 59% in the Flemish region, French 40% who are there in the Wallonia region, comparatively less in number but richest community. So these people, the French people, are considered to be the richest people. German 1 percentage. The ethnic composition of Brussels, capital city of Belgium. So the ethnic composition of Brussels, which is the capital city of Belgium, included Dutch 20 percentage and French 80 percentage. French minority were richer community. The Dutch was large in number. There was conflict between two communities in 1950 to 60s. The problem was more acute in capital as French were in majority in capital but minority in country. So was uh, the French speaking people was a majority in the capital of Belgium, but whereas it was in the minority in Belgium. So that happened. Because of that, there was a conflict between two communities that happened in 1950 to 60s. Now, there was an accommodation policy that happened in Belgium. The path taken by Belgium was different from Sri Lanka majoritarian policy. This was happening between 1970 to 1993. They amended their constitution 4 times so as to work on arrangement that would enable everyone to live together within the same country. So there was a constitution that was act amendment of constitution which was uh, uh, amended 4 times, saying that uh, everyone should have that freedom to live together in the same country. Power sharing arrangement was established for establishment of peace in the country. So now, in order to have peace in the country, power sharing policy was arranged. Constitution prescribes that the number of Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in the government. So the government is now deciding that the Dutch and French speaking ministers will be equal. Okay, so there should be equal number of ministers who speak Dutch and French speaking. So they should in the central government. Some special laws requires the support of majority of member from each linguistic group. No single community can make decisions unilaterally. Many powers of the central government have been given to state governments of the two regions of the country. The state governments are not subordinate to the central government. Brussels has separate government in which both the communities have equal representation. The French speaking people accepted equal representation in Brussels because the Dutch speaking community has accepted equal representation. So people also accepted, that is, both the communities accepted the constitution that was passed and the law that was enforced here, that the ministers of the central government will have both the linguistics equally. Linguistics are those who speak two different languages. Apart from the central and the state government, there is a third kind of government here. So there are two different governments that we saw. One is central government and another one is state government. Apart from these two, there is one more government called community government, which is elected by people belonging to one language community, Dutch, French and German speaking, no matter where they live. This government has the power regarding cultural, educational and language related issues. And what were the consequences of this policy? Complicated constitution was framed. Peace was established between all linguistic group of Belgium, leading stability and a path opened for development of the country. So, since everything was equal in this government, it created a path in order to have all the linguistic groups, that is those who speak different languages of Belgium, leading stability, and the path was opened for developing the country. A potential division of country was avoided when many countries of Europe came together to form the European Union. Brussels was chosen as its headquarters. So here now the union which is there in Brussels was chosen as the headquarters. Comparing both the cases, if you see the comparison of both the cases, majoritarian policy in Sri Lanka led to conflict, but whereas accommodation policy led to peace in Belgium. The policy in Sri Lanka led to demand of separate state for a particular linguistic group, while accommodation policy made all the linguistic community to live together in the same country. This is live. Okay, live together in the same country. Political instability was there in Sri Lanka, but despite a complex constitution, political stability was obtained in Belgium. Development was hindered in Sri Lanka while Belgium became one of the important places in Europe and get HQ of European Union. HQ is nothing but headquarters. By these two examples, it can be concluded that power sharing is sustainable model of governance, stability, peace and development. What are the advantages of power sharing? There are two different types, analytical and moral. If you see analytical advantage, it reduces the social conflict, it reduces chances of division, it reduces division in the sense division of a place into different types. Okay, so now if you can see in Sri Lanka, you had Sinhala speaking people and Tamil speaking people. There are division inside the same place itself. So it reduces the chances of division. It had the political stability and open pathways of the development of country. But whereas another coming to the moral advantage, power sharing is very spirit of democracy. Democratic rule involves sharing power with those affected by its exercise and who have to live with its effects. People have a right to be consulted on how they are to be government. A legitimate government is one where citizens through participation acquire a stake in the system. So coming to the types of power sharing between different organs of government. So under this, if you see the power sharing between legislature, executive and judiciary, which is also known as horizontal distribution. So legislature, executive and judiciary are those which comes under the law and order. Coming to power sharing between government of different levels, you have federal government, power sharing between central and state governments. Power sharing of Gram Panchayat is also a similar example. So the central and the state government power sharing happens. Okay, so central government passes a rule and the state governments are supposed to follow that. So the power sharing is happening in the different levels of the government. Third one is power sharing between different social groups. Example, Belgium. Social groups are those different types of people, that is French, Dutch, German. So these are the different social group of people. Power sharing between political parties and social groups. So they have their own parties, that is they have select their own parties and they have power sharing through that. So these are the types of power sharing. So with this we conclude the lesson. In case of any doubts regarding what is power sharing, or if you didn't understand anything about the topic, please do register it to the respective teacher so that I can clear your doubts. Thank you. Let's meet in the next class.